Hello, welcome back to Millington Creek Farm. So today we are going to start showing you what's going on around here as far as the old barn foundations that were back here behind the house, which we're standing right in the middle of the pit right now, where there were 3 barns here. There was a concrete pad. There's Diane and Joe. It's my brother Joe, wife Diane. Anyway,
Nice.
so where we're standing is where those barns and that concrete pad were. And it was old school construction. I mentioned that before. It was all, stone, field stone footings and foundations, field stone piled on top of the ground, packed down, and then concrete poured on top of that. And that's what all these piles are over here. All these piles that you can see are all the cement, rocks, and everything that came out of this pit that we're standing in. So I need about 2 feet of elevation here to get this back up to where it's supposed to be, and I have to sift all that dirt. This thing here, the dirt sifter that we built. Me and my friend Ted, we took a couple of old pallets. There were shipping containers that the car factories use for shipping all kinds of stuff, like fenders and hoods and maybe rear ends or axles, whatever. They made them out of really heavy duty steel. And when they get old and rusty, they go to a scrapyard or something, and these ones here ended up at an auction. I bought them at an auction and I bought them cheap. To buy one of these machines to sift dirt and rocks is extremely expensive. So I decided to build one myself, and my friend Ted helped me. So come on around here and I'll show you how this thing is made. So I took the shipping containers, I cut them in half, and cut the sides off of them. And then I used the sides, welded 2 sides together to make it tall. And then we used the racks themselves that were the shelves on these things. We used those themselves to make this angled table. And then I covered that angled table with chain link fence. It's really strong, it's very durable, and it takes a lot of punishment. And it sifts the dirt really well. If you look over behind me over here, I've already sifted probably somewhere between 50 and 100 yards of topsoil through this thing, and it separates the rocks from the dirt, and I get really nice topsoil. And I'm going to fill this all in because eventually this low spot on the ground here is going to be our garden. So that's what we're doing today. I want to show you how this thing works. Ted came up with a really innovative idea to move this. Right here, I know this thing's ugly, and welders and metal workers are probably freaking out right now, but it doesn't have to be pretty, it has to be functional. Form follows function. So anyway, Ted recommended that I put these 2 pieces of angle iron on here. So we welded this angle iron on here, and we supported it up here with these rods, and I can just take this backhoe, put this underneath these, lean that thing back, and pick this up off the ground. I can set it anywhere I want to. So that is the key for moving this thing, because it probably weighs 800, 1,000 pounds. That's what I'm guessing. I can't pick it up myself, so it's really heavy. Anyway, so I can pick it up, I can move it anywhere I want. So here's the idea. I've tried using it on flat ground, and things just build up underneath here. All the rocks build up right here. Pretty soon you got a pile of clean dirt piled up here. If there's any debris in the dirt, it all piles in front of it. So that's not working. And then I tried digging a pit. So I dug a big pit over here, and I've set the machine, I set the dirt sifter in front of the pit, and I started pouring dirt into it, and that worked pretty well. But I didn't anticipate how much water we were going to get this year, so my pit immediately filled up with water, and I had a pit full of rocks and water. So I had to backhoe the rocks back out of the pit and fill the pit back in, so that's not going to work. So my next idea is to build a ramp. So I'm going to build a big ramp out of dirt. It's going to be about this high on the front, and it's going to gradually go back that way in the middle of this pit. And what I'm going to do is set this machine on top of that big ramp, and then I'm going to have about 4 feet of space from there to the ground. And that's where all my rocks and debris are going to fall, and all of my topsoil is going to stay up on top of the ramp, and I can scoop it out with the loader and go put it where I need to put it. I want to thank the guys on YouTube that have built these. I watched about 3 or 4 different do-it-yourself dirt sifting machines on YouTube, and some of these guys really knew what they were doing. They built the stuff on the cheap the same way that I did. I have less than $300 invested in this, and if you buy one of these, they can cost up to $10,000, maybe more. Anyway, so thanks to those guys that did this online. Right now. Hey, good morning. Welcome back to the Millington Creek Farm. I'm standing here with my buddy Ted. He's the one to help me build this monstrosity. So check that thing out. I got it up on the hill. I built this ramp for the backhoe so I can safely go up and down and load dirt. We're going to try this baby out this morning. Hopefully it's going to work. So I'm going to give Ted the video. He's going to help me out doing some videos today.